He peeled his shirt off at the beach and showed me the line where his old job ended and this new life began. Check it out, he said, like it was a medal. And I kissed it right there on the new skin. He's got a farmer's tan, he's proud of like it's couture. Shows it off at every chance, says this is what summer's for. I used to think a farmer's tan was something men hid, but he wears it like a crown, like the sun signed what he did. This season, every weekend, every choice to be outside with me instead of staying pale and safe and occupied by nothing. I traced the line where his sleeve used to sit, tan going dark, then sudden white, the visible permit he got from this whole summer. Every hour we spent chasing light instead of shade, every plan we kept on basing around the water, around the heat. I check my own reflection, find the strap mark from my swimsuit, find the new selection of freckles on my nose that wasn't there in May. You're spotted now, he said, and kissed each one. Okay, I'm mapping you, and I let his fingers trace every new constellation that the sun put on my face. Show me a tan line, baby, show me where you stay. Mine's the proof I chose you over staying in the shade. We're matching scars from sunshine, matching marks from heat. Every line a love letter only summer skin could speak. We compared our flip-flop tans at dinner, laughing loud, the pale stripe between our toes, the kind that makes you proud for absolutely no good reason, except we earned it walking beach to beach, town to town. Never once stopped talking about nothing, about everything, the way real love sounds out loud, unscripted. I showed him my new boundary line where the bikini top sat crooked one specific time. We fell asleep on the sand, woke up slightly crisscrossed, marked by carelessness, marked by loving someone so much. You forget the SPF, forget the talk, forget the touch base with reality outside this bubble we're building, out of light and water and the architecture of feeling this alive. He calls my uneven tan abstract art, calls the random pattern beautiful, calls it the map of his heart's favorite places. Every mismatched line, every burn, a receipt for a summer that I wouldn't trade or unlearn. Show me a tan line, baby, every shade we've gone. This is the only tattoo we agreed on, drawn by sun. We're golden in the same spots, golden in the same way. Proof we chose each other over every other day. Show me your tan line, baby, hold your arm to mine. Let's measure out the summer in this unintentional design. The sun did all the marking, but we did all the choosing to stay outside together, to keep on losing track of time, track of pale skin, track of careful but finding instead this golden, slightly burned, completely earnest love that shows up visible, that doesn't hide indoors. Show me your tan line, baby, you're my favorite kind of yours and mine and ours. And this whole season that we wore, like proof, like evidence, like something we're not letting go, even when it fades in autumn, even when the bronze turns slow. Back to pale, I'll still remember mapping every line we drew, without trying, just by living, just by choosing you. By October, my tan's almost gone, but there's a small white triangle on my hip from a swimsuit string that moved one afternoon. He found it in the dark. There it is, he whispered. Our whole summer, right there. She bought the bike used, paid cash, told nobody the price. Didn't need permission, didn't need someone's advice on whether women roll like this, whether this was meant for her. She just needed something loud enough to make the silence blur that had been building up. Since she said yes to everything, yes to the schedule, yes to the ring, yes to playing it safe and small. Today she said no, quiet, just to herself, just enough to pack a bag and find the road where the pavement turns to rough, gravel turns to something less decided, less designed. She's not running from a person, she's outrunning a version, the kind of woman she became by accident, by drifting, by default. She wanted dust behind her, wanted something with no fault lines, no expectations waiting at the other end. Just engine sound and open air, just road that didn't bend to anyone's opinion of where she should be at this age. She's writing her own story now, tearing out the borrowed page. Gravel roads and engine heat, this is how she breathes. Dust behind her, freedom ahead, this is what she needs. She used to ask permission, now she's asking nothing, no one, just the open road in front of her and everything she's become. She remembers being 22 and fearless on a bike like this. Before the practical advice, before she learned to twist herself smaller to fit rooms that were never built for her size. Somewhere along the way she traded thunder for disguise of someone easier to manage, someone softer, someone safe. But riding now she feels that 22-year-old weight underneath the woman everyone decided she should be. Underneath the quiet, underneath the careful, finally free to take up space. The way the engine takes up space and sound, unapologetic, unafraid of who might turn around and stare. Let them stare, let them wonder why she's smiling. Why did nothing but the wind and nothing but the open countryside? This road doesn't care about the years she spent explaining why she wanted more, why she felt that constant straining against a life that fit her like a borrowed too small dress. Out here she finally fits herself, finally feels the press. Gravel roads and open sky, this is how she heals. Dust behind her, summer ahead, this is how it feels to remember who she was before the world said sit down still. Out here on this empty road she's finally got her fill. Somewhere past the county line, she stops to watch the sun sink low behind the hills, and something in her comes undone. In the best way, every armor that she built to get her through, every careful measured version that she thought she had to do. She's just a woman and a machine, and the rhythm of her chest beating loud enough to prove she's more than what she's always guessed she was allowed to be. Out here nobody's watching, judging, asking why. She's just riding, just breathing, just finally feeling free to fly. Gravel roads and setting sun, this is freedom sound. Dust behind her fading slow, but something solid found in the chaos of the open road, in the choice to just go. She's not lost, she's not running, she's finally letting go of every cage disguised as choices, every rule she never made. This summer taught her how to live without the masquerade. She'll go back eventually, but she won't go back the same. She'll keep this feeling somewhere underneath the ribs, somewhere deep. This road taught her freedom isn't waiting for permission, isn't asking why. It's choosing in yourself, it's daring to defy the quiet life that fits so wrong to borrow dress a smaller space. She found herself out here in dust and gravel in her own wide open face. She left her phone inside the room on the second night. Didn't plan to, just forgotten. Something felt alright about that absence, something lighter in her chest, like she'd been carrying a weight she didn't know she could put down to rest. The moon was already rising when she found the empty beach, just her in the water and a quiet she couldn't reach. Back home, not like this, not this complete, not this whole. Like the island understood something about her soul that needed space to breathe without a notification sound. She sat down in the warm sand, let her worry settle down into something softer, something almost like a song. The waves kept their own rhythm, patient, endless, never wrong about the time of day or what was waiting after this. She thought about the version of herself that always lists tasks and deadlines, always checking, always needing more. But here she's just a woman watching moonlight find the shore. Under island moonlight, she remembers how to slow down enough to notice things she's never let herself know. is what's still here. He found her on the beach an hour later, sat down too. Didn't say much, didn't he do? Just existed next to her view of the water and the sky, of the moon's reflected light. She leaned into his shoulder without thinking it was right or wrong, just natural, just easy, just the way two people sit together at the ending of a day that has nothing difficult to them, just presence, just this peace. She felt something in her shoulders that it carried tension, release. For the first time and she didn't know how long, she'd lost the count of weeks and months she spent running on some invisible amount of pressure she'd assigned herself. But here beneath the sky there wasn't room for that, just room for water, sand, and why she'd waited until now to learn this lesson, learn this art of simply being present, simply letting go the part of her that always calculates, that always needs to know what's next. Tonight she doesn't, tonight she lets the moonlight show. Under island moonlight she remembers how to stay inside a single moment, inside a single day. The water keeps on moving, but it never seems to chase. Tonight she's learning patience from this gentle, glowing place. She used to think that resting was a thing you had to earn, used to think that stillness was a lesson hard to learn. But the ocean's been doing this forever, doing nothing, doing all. The tide goes out, the tide comes in, never rushing, never small. And its consistency, maybe that's the secret she's been missing. Maybe peace was never about doing more, about existing inside the moment fully, inside the night completely. She breathes in salt and moonlight, finally, finally, sweetly. Under island moonlight she finally understands. This isn't just vacation, this is solid ground, not sand. This feeling, this surrender, this permission to be still, she's taking it back with her wherever else she'll be. She will remember how the water taught her patience without trying. Remember how the moonlight showed her resting isn't lying down on giving up, but simply learning how to breathe. Under island moonlight she found what she needed to believe. Yeah. Blocks blocked off, barricades and beats. Speakers stacked up, sizzling summer street. Aunties got the grills going, smoke signal sweet. Kids on bikes circling, dancing on their feet. Folding chairs, lining up like soldiers in a row. Mrs. Johnson's potato salad, best one that you know. DJ's on the porch with the greater throwback joints. Every single person here remembers all these points in time. The corner stores giving out free ice, old heads playing dominoes, talking about the price of everything that's changed but somehow stayed the same. This block's been hosting summer since before I knew my name. We don't need permission, don't need a permit slip, just need the sun and speakers and a little bit of grip on what community actually means when it's alive. Whole neighborhood out here, whole neighborhood thrives. We turning up the block, turning up the love. Sunshine on the street like a blessing from above. Bring your own chair, bring your own plate. It's the kind of party that don't ever go out of date. Yeah. Little cousins running through the sprinklers, screaming loud. Grandma's on the porch steps watching, looking proud of the whole production of the way the street comes together. Forecast said it might rain, but we don't care bring the speakers louder. Somebody bring the bass. Whole block vibrating, whole block got that face of pure happiness that money simply cannot buy. This the kind of joy that makes you wanna touch the sky. We've been doing this for decades, this tradition runs deep. Through generations, through the promises we keep, to show up for each other when the summer rolls around. It's the actual treasure that this neighborhood has found. Not the fancy things, not the things they advertise on TV. Just the people, just the love, just community. Showing up consistent, showing up reliable. This block party's living proof that joy is still viable. We turning up the block, turning up the sound. Every single person here, every single person found their way back home. The family found their way back to roots. This the kind of party that don't need fancy suits. Some years we lost people, some years brought us new faces. Some years felt heavier, harder times, harder places. But every single summer we still set up the same way. Still claim this little stretch of street, still call it a holiday. This block seen weddings, seen funerals, seen babies turn to teens, seen dreams get built and broken, seen the in-between. But every single August we still gather, still unite. Prove that joy's a muscle that you gotta keep it. Turning up the block, turning up tonight. Every single light on the street is burning bright. This the kind of party that reminds you why you stay connected to your people, connected to this way of living loud and proud and rooted in this ground. It's the actual sound of a neighborhood unbound by everything that tries to keep us isolated, separate. We choosing celebration, we choosing to stay great together on this block, under the same sky. This the kind of joy that never says goodbye. It just comes back every summer, faithful, sure and true. This the block party legacy we passing on to you. Third seat from the window, second row from the back. She memorized the schedule like a map, she never lacked. Tuesday mornings he walks in with his headphones halfway off, laughing at something she can't hear. She looks away and coughs. 17 and certain that the feelings aren't returned. She keeps them folded small and neat like notes that won't be burned. The bus ride home takes 23 minutes door to door. She counts them differently when he gets on at stop 4. The sunset painted everything in colors she can't name. She watched him from the window glass and nothing looked the same. Just a girl in a school uniform with nowhere left to put this feeling in her ribcage that she carries in her foot. With every step home, with every step home. October and the ginkgo trees are shedding golden rust. She almost said his name out loud, she caught it barely just. He borrowed someone's eraser and she saw him say thank you. The way his eyes go quiet when he means it, she just knew. There's a journal in her backpack with his initials on page 4. Not a confession, just a record, evidence of more than she's allowed to say out loud in hallways full of sound. So she keeps it in the margins where the feelings can't be found. The sunset split the rooftop into shadow and into gold. She's 17 and learning what it means to not be told that what you feel is valid even when it has no door, no entrance and no exit, just a window, nothing more. She watches from below. Maybe someday she'll laugh at this. How big it felt, how close, how missed. A boy who never knew her name the way she knew his laugh. A season that burned bright and brief and cut her right in half. But right now it's everything. The commute, the golden light, the almost something in the spring. Right now she wouldn't trade it even if it never lands. Even if she graduates and lets go of his hands. She never held the sunset, turned the whole sky into something like gold. She's crying on the train home and she doesn't know for whom. For the version of herself who loved so 17-year-old love means for the girl she used to be. Walking home, walking home. I keep a photo from July where the colors haven't faded yet, where his hand was steady on my waist when neither one of us had left. The version of ourselves that fit together without trying. I didn't see it coming, didn't see the slow goodbye. And start somewhere in August, somewhere between his calls getting shorter, somewhere between the way we used to talk and what we're now reporting to each other. Careful updates instead of actual truth. I watched this change like watercolor, like the proof of summer running thin, the way the heat does after dark. I keep thinking back to June, how vivid, how stark. Every feeling was back then, how saturated, how alive. Now everything feels softer, like we're barely keeping the dive from washing out completely. I'm not angry, I'm just noticing the way endings don't announce themselves, the way they're often missing. But the drama I expected, missing the clean and final break. Instead it's just this bleeding, this slow color fade mistake. I watched us run like watercolor, left out in the rain. Edges blur and soft and nothing sharp about this pain. It's not a story I can frame in just one single shade. It's the whole season bleeding beautifully into fade. We met up one last time beside the place we always went, the lake reflecting orange like the sky itself is spent. All this color on this one specific lingering goodbye. I studied how the light moved different, how the August sky held less heat than June did, held less certainty, let's stay. I realized I've been watching summer leave for weeks every day, a little more diluted, every conversation softer, thinning, like we'd added too much water to a story we'd been written together once, and now the words are running blurring, lost their original intention. I wasn't keeping score, I wasn't counting cost of what we'd love to waste it. Just noticing the bleed of something that had been so vivid, turning into something I need to remember differently. The whole like watercolor art, not the precise detail, but the feeling, but the part that stains you afterward, that doesn't wash away completely. Even when the picture fades, even when you can't see it clearly. I watched us run like rainfall, finding rivers in the page, colors finding new directions, finding their own way. Nothing violent in this ending, nothing meant to wound, just a gentle bleeding out of everything we'd grown. I used to think love ending meant a fight, meant raised voices, meant slam doors, meant somebody making careless choices. But this was quieter, this was softer, this was true to how real things often leave you, bleeding through and through, slowly, gently, until one day you notice it's all changed, until you realize the picture's been completely rearranged by water, by time, by distance, by nothing neither one could stop. He kissed my forehead softly and something inside just dropped. I watched us bleed like watercolor, soft and unconfined. Nothing in this ending felt deliberate or unkind. It's just the way that summer always finds its way to fall into autumn, into memory, into something less small. I keep the photo from July where we're still sharp, still bright, before we started running, before we lost the fight against the natural fate. And every beautiful thing knows I'm learning how to love the bleed, learning how it shows that something mattered deeply, even as it learned to go, even as the colors mixed and softened, even as the glow of who we were together slowly merged with who we'll be apart. I'm holding both versions, finally setting myself free. The rooftop still warm from yesterday. She's still wearing last night's dress. The conversation never really stopped. It just got quieter, the way good things do, right before something changes. She's been up since the conversation turned from loud to soft. 6 hours talking, 6 hours feeling something. Lift and lift, higher than the rooftop, higher than the things she usually says. The city below them slowly shifting through its different phases, from asleep to almost waking, from empty streets to the first delivery truck idling, the first signs of the city's thirst. For motion, for momentum, for the day it's about to claim. She watches steam curl upward, watches everything feel the same, but different too somehow. The way a photograph looks changed when you've stared at it too long, when the meaning's rearranged itself slightly in your chest. She's not exhausted, she's awake in a way that mornings rarely let her feel, in a way that makes her notice details usually invisible. The specific blue before the actual blue arrives, the in-between, the residue, with night still clinging to the air before the sun insists on taking over completely. She's never seen the city like this. Sun's coming up slow on the night we didn't plan to keep. City's waking up around us while we're too awake to sleep. This golden hour's ours before the world starts asking why. We stayed up till the morning, stayed until the sky. Yeah, yeah. The corner store gate rattles open, the sound sharp and sudden, real against the quiet they've been keeping, breaking the unspoken seal of just the two of them existing in this strange suspended time. She feels the night beginning to release its hold, feels the climb of morning light, getting more confident, more certain of its place. She's not ready to call this ordinary, not ready to erase what happened in the hours nobody else was conscious for. The conversation that kept finding deeper rooms, kept finding more to say than either one expected. She thinks about who she was at midnight versus now, thinks about what the night does to honesty, to walls you didn't know you built so high. She watches the sky shift from violet into something more like sky. Should actually look more ordinary, more like everyone else's morning. But she knows what this one caused, knows what it took, the warning signs she ignored about getting too comfortable, too open, too seen. She's grateful mostly for the version of herself this in between. Sun's coming up and something in this morning feels too real. City's waking slow, but we're already changed by what we feel. Pressed against this golden hour, pressed against the night that's done. This isn't ending exactly, this is becoming something. By the time the actual rush hour starts, they've already said the important things, already watched the city, remember its rhythm. She'll go home eventually. Shower, sleep, return to her regular hours, but she'll carry this one morning differently. The way you carry something you weren't expecting to find so early, so suddenly, so completely awake. She keeps the AC running cold enough to need a sweater in July. A small rebellion against the heat outside, a private alibi. She keeps the AC running cold enough to need a sweater in July. A small rebellion against the heat outside, a private alibi. For staying in, for closing curtains, for choosing climate over crowd. She's She's not avoiding summer, she's just doing summer her way, doing it proud. Of the quiet of the room, she's turned into her own particular weather. A controlled environment where nothing's required to get better or worse. Just stay exactly as it is, just stay contained. She used to think she had to justify the solitude, explain why she wasn't out there living, wasn't posting beach day photos, wasn't part of anybody's loud and crowded summer rodeo. Now she just lets the cold air settle, lets the silence be enough, without translating it for anyone, without performing tough or fine or anything specific. She's just here, just present, just exact, in her own small kingdom where the temperature's the only fact. She's controlling where the rest of life feels distant, feels like weather happening to someone else in some other place, some other better version of the season. She's not lonely in the way that aches, she's just alone, which is different, which is something that she's learned to make peace with slowly. Learn to sit inside without the need to fill every quiet hour with noise, with someone else's will or expectation. Just her, just the hum of the AC's gentle drone, just a woman in a cool down room, finally on her own. She used to set the temperature based on what felt acceptable. Now she sets it purely for herself, purely what feels respectable to her own comfort, her own needs. Small act of self-permission she didn't know she needed, didn't know how much submission she'd been doing to other people's versions of a normal summer. Pool parties, group chats blowing up, everyone becoming dumber with excitement over plans she never actually wanted to attend. She's spending this July learning how to be her own best friend, without the metaphor sounding forced, without it feeling like a consolation prize for being alone. It's not a consolation, it's a revelation that she actually likes this, likes the quiet, likes the cold, likes having nothing she's required to perform, nothing she's told she has to feel. She waters her one plant, watches it grow slow inside the temperature she's chosen, inside the careful steady glow of afternoon light filtered through the blind. She keeps half closed, she's not hiding, she's just curating what she's exposed to, what she's letting in. She answers texts when she feels like it, doesn't know anybody constant access, doesn't know a single bit of her summer to anyone who isn't asking with intention. She's learned this season how to live without the old pretension that alone meant lonely, that quiet meant something was incomplete. She's finding she likes her own company, finding it's actually pretty sweet. By August, she stopped checking what everyone else is doing. She stopped the comparison, stopped the quiet, constant ruin of a summer. She's not having the parties, the trips, the sun. She's having her own summer, her own version, and it's done differently than expected, differently than the one she sees online. Hers is slower, hers is colder, hers is drawn in a different line than the loud and crowded version everybody else seems to choose. She's realizing she's not missing out, she's simply free to lose herself in books instead of crowds, in silence instead of noise, in the careful architecture of a life that's fully hers by choice, not by accident, not by failing to be invited anywhere. She actively chose this distance, chose this particular air-conditioned peace. She's not performing contentment for anyone watching, because nobody's watching, and that's exactly what she's learned is so liberating, the freedom of a summer. Nobody's archiving, nobody's posting, nobody's comparing, nobody's deriving meaning from except for her. She waters a plant again, watches the light shift slowly, feels something settle, feels something mend that she didn't know was broken. Some old belief that company was the only proof of worth, the only antidote to be happy, to be fine. She's learned this summer, learned it clean and slow. Solitude was never the absence of a life, it's simply a different way to grow. She's been watching the way he watches her all night, letting the heat do the talking, letting the silence ask the questions. Neither one of them ready to answer. answer yet. I'm moving slow tonight, letting the heat dictate the pace. Watching how your eyes keep finding their way back to my face, like you're trying to memorize something before it disappears. I've been patient all summer, patient through all the careful years of almost. But tonight feels different, tonight feels like the build towards something we've been circling, something neither one has spilled into actual words. Yeah, I let my fingers trail the condensation on my glass, slow and deliberate, building anticipation. I know you're watching, know exactly what that does to you. The way I bite my lips slightly, the way I'm pulling you closer without moving, just with patience, just with time. I'm done with hesitating, done drawing out the line between what's comfortable and what we actually crave. I lean in closer, let my voice drop low, let it behave like velvet, like something meant to wrap around your senses slow. You feel it in your chest before you even fully know. Let me whisper what the heat's been telling me all night. Come closer, let the tension finally feel right. I've been patient long enough, I'm done pretending I don't want this exact moment, this exact and slow, deliberate front. I trace my fingers slowly down the length of your forearm, watch you catch your breath, watch the heat become alarm. And one all at once, I'm fluent in this kind of language now. Every shift in your breathing teaching me exactly how to pace this perfectly, how to let the silence stretch until you're leaning forward, until you finally fetch the courage to close distance that I've been slowly, surely building all night with intention, all night with the gilding of every word I'm choosing, every pause I'm strategic with. I whisper near your ear what I've been thinking, what's the myth and what's been true since the moment that you walk into this room. I'm not rushing this, I'm savoring, letting the heat consume every careful inch between us. Your hand finds my waist, finally slowly, like we're both savoring the taste of finally arriving somewhere we've been dancing toward for hours. I pull you closer, let desire show its power. Let me whisper what tonight's been building toward for hours. This summer heat, this slow approach, this growing power between us finally meeting, finally feeling real. I've been patient long enough to let you know how this should feel. By the time the conversation stops, everything's already been said. In the silence, in the heat, in the way she finally let him close that final inch. Morning will come eventually, but right now there's only this, only her voice low in his ear, only the night doing exactly what the night was always gonna do. Yeah, and yeah. 3 a.m. and the phone is face up for a reason. I keep telling myself it's just the end of the season for sleeping straight through, but that's not it. And I know I've been drafting the same text for an hour, letting it go, then starting again. Different words, same weight, same destination, sitting at the other end of the wait. I opened the fridge twice, stood there, closed it back. The apartment doesn't need me, that I'm just keeping track of how many things I can do that aren't sending the thing. I made tea, I won't drink, I notice everything has a particular quiet when you're the only one up. Like the rooms are where it should be too, and it's not, and it's stuck in that specific version of the night, midweek, mid-warning, the kind of alone that isn't sad exactly, just haunting enough to keep the hands busy with everything but the actual send, which is still sitting there factual. Saturday came the way Saturdays do when you're hollow with surplus, too much time and nothing to borrow. Structure from I clean things that were already clean, changed the playlist 3 times, found yours in between the ones I was using and hit play by accident. A whole verse in before I caught it, and the sentiment landed somewhere I hadn't been guarding that well. Paused it at the bridge, which is where it always fell apart for me. That specific 4 bars where the key shifts and you used to sing along off pitch and free and unself-conscious in a way I cataloged and kept in the filing system where I keep the things I haven't swept. out yet. Still useful, still accurate, still the evidence of what this is and why the text maintains its residence in the drafts. Not sent, not deleted, held in the between. The most honest location I have found for this thing. Here's the sentence I keep returning to, amended. I wanna see you isn't what I mean exactly intended. More precisely, I wanna be in the same room where you are, in the unremarkable way, not occasion, not afar. Travel to just Tuesday, just the kitchen, just the low volume of a show. Neither of us is watching the slow, comfortable, specific gravity of two people in proximity who have a history of being near. That's the totality of the want. It's not dramatic, and that's why it's hard to send, because I miss you undershoots by a yard. And I wanna see you sounds like an ask with the price, when what I mean is just the same air would suffice. So I hold the draft, and the draft holds the thing, and the thing holds the shape of the room and the ring of the specific silence that has your dimensions in it. I'm still here at 3 a.m. still.